الذي كان موجودا قبل حدوث الأشياء ويبقى بعد فناء الأشياء، تفرد بالأولية والقدم ووسم كل شيء ما عداه بالفناء والعدم، كما قال عز شأنه: كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه وكل نفس ذائقة الموت. وقال: كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنام، سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: ويؤثرون على أنفسهم ولو كان بهم خصاصة. صلوات. Tomorrow, inshallah, is the birthday of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi afdalu salatu wassalam. Birth of someone that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him the merits and qualities and characteristics that no one can be compared to him. No one. Of course, the Prophet is not the one that we compare with Imam Ali. It's not about comparison. Why? Because both of them are one. Prophet himself has said, "Ana wa Aliyun min nurin wahid." So when I say nobody can be compared with Imam Ali, I mean Rasulullah himself too. So both of them are equally selected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And of course, these merits, when you speak about the merits of Imam of the Prophet or his household, so people think that we are just looking to one aspect of their characteristics. This is not right. If you see, first of all, what are the merits? What are those special features that these great leaders have? Of course, the people who know them. There are two types of people. One who know them and the others who don't know them. I don't mean in-depth knowledge. In-depth knowledge nobody knows. Nobody have the in-depth knowledge of these two. But apparent knowledge, some people don't have any knowledge about the Prophet or Imam Ali or Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein. That's why you see many of them, humiliating and disrespecting and insulting the Prophet. Why? Because they don't know who the Prophet is. But those who know, they understand that the merits of Rasulullah first is that he is selected by Allah as a prophet. Yeah, this is true. He was selected by Allah as a prophet. as a messenger, and not just the messenger, the leader of the messengers. So we were reading an ayah in Quran last week, or maybe the week before, in Surah Al-An'am, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is praising his prophet in a very unique way. And it is when the kafirin, the deniers, those who rejected the faith, they said, "Are you the prophet?" He said, "Yes, I am the prophet of Allah." They said, "Then why Allah didn't send an angel as a prophet instead of He sent you, who is just like us, a human being? Why Allah didn't send an angel?" So look, this is a question. Anybody can have this question. And what we say always, Islam, when it rejects and refutes anybody's argument or claim or something, it gives very strong reasoning, logically. Islam is a rational, religion. So they said, why Allah didn't send an angel? So the answer could be, you are the deniers, you are the kafir, you should be killed. Just like nowadays you hear this, such slogans. You are wrong, you are this. Without giving any reason that why he is wrong. If somebody is saying, I like the angels are infallibles, angels are sinless. So why Allah is sending a human being? Apparently, he's from among us. He's not sending an angel. Why not? So look, the logical answer from Quran. Allah says, if we had sent an angel, imagine that we plan to send an angel. لَجَعَلْنَاهُ رَجُلًا. We would send him in same human form. And your confusion would remain the same. Look, your confusion would remain the same. So now you're saying, why he didn't send an angel? Okay, we are sending angel. Come on. But the angel is not human being like you. He cannot be an example for you, a role model for you. Okay, he doesn't eat, he doesn't drink, he doesn't have any desires. You have so many desires. If the angel would have come and said, do this, don't do this, he would say, you are an angel. You don't know about us. So how you are talking to us about do's and don'ts? So we would have sent him in a human form. جَعَلْنَاهُ رَجُلًا. And then we would continue your confusion. Allah is saying, we would cause the continuation of your confusion. Why? Because still you would say, okay, is he a human being? Yes. Why he is not an angel? He is an angel. No, again, if he is an angel, why he is not in an angel form? How do you know what is the angel's form? Have you seen an angel? He is a human being. So Allah gave this logical reasoning. They said, no, you cannot deal with angel. Angel cannot deal with you. He cannot be example for you. You cannot receive the message from him. So a messenger should be someone just like you. If you insist that no, he should be an angel, okay, the angel will be coming, but he will be living like you. He will be look like you. He will have everything like you. He would be like you. Then again, he will be a rajulan. He will be a human being. So we are back to square one. Look, this is the logical reason. How beautiful the reasoning is. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, no. Listen, will send, if you like, an angel. Why angel? Why? Why? Tell me why, angel. Because the angel is sinless. Fine. We'll send a human being, will be better than angels. And this human being that we are sending to you, this human being is not going to come and proclaim his prophethood on the first day of his birth. He's not going to do that. He is not going to come and say, I am the prophet. So some people start comparing with Isa alayhi salam. Jesus, when he came, first what he said, Inni Abdullah hatani al-kitab. I am Abdullah, the servant of Allah. Don't call me son of Allah. I'm servant of Allah. Atani, Allah has given me book. Wa ja'alani nabi, Allah made me a prophet. Why Prophet of Islam did not announce in the first day? There was a different reason for his announcement to be a prophet. And you know the background. Here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the prophet a high status by not letting him announce in the first day. Why? Because these people want to see an angel. Show them for 40 years without proclamation of being a prophet or Rasul or any connection with Allah. Live with them regular, just like a regular man. Just like them, one among them, minhum huwa alladhi ba'atha fil ummiyina rasulan. Minhum, he sent from the people of Mecca a man from among them. See him when he is child. See him when he is young. See him when he is teenager. After teenage, see him. When he enters into his 30s, see him. See him for 40 years. And this is another miracle that during his 23 years of preaching Islam and introducing a new law which should be remaining until the day of judgment. In introducing this law, new law, in 23 years. He never had said anything to do or not to do that he had committed before. In 40 years. If he was not a prophet, let's say, he claimed astaghfirullah, just like this. Okay, I'm a prophet. Okay, so he should forget. Even today, some people say he was a human being exactly like us. Neither this, neither he was an angel as the kafirs were thinking, because angels were his servants. He was not angel. He was higher than angels. You can become higher than angels, as I said last time. You, as a follower of Rasulullah, can become higher than angels. If you follow the rules and laws and be a good human being, real Muslim, then you become better than angels. How about Rasulullah himself? So he is not angel, but he is not exactly like you. See him from beginning, from his birth to 40 years. Show anything that later on he is making a law, not for his time, not for his place, for until the day of judgment. How hard it should have been. How hard to make a law and with no deficiency, with no flaws, with no shortcomings. And not for one time, until the day of judgment. People will come in the time of science, scientific advancement, and the time of progress of science and technology and knowledge. people will think, people will go behind this law to find some flaws there. They will not find them. Perfect law, he's making this law, he's giving this law perfectly. And during these 23 years, he never said anything to do it. And he didn't do it before. He said, don't do it. And he has done it before. People would drink, for example. Drinking was just like drinking water or drinking anything. Even today here, when drinking is allowed, there are amount of drinking which is not allowed in certain situations. For example, while you're driving. You cannot drive. If you are under influence, you will get ticket, right? More influence, you get more. And until you might be jailed for drinking. So it means drinking somehow is forbidden. At that time it was not forbidden at all. It's fine, it's okay. Now he's saying, don't drink. Drinking is forbidden. Allah doesn't like drinking. Did anybody have seen him, astaghfirullah, before his nubuwwat to doing this? He said, don't hurt somebody's feeling. Have anybody has seen him these 40 years? So anything he said, no, he had not done it before. This is the prophethood, and this is the miracle of this aspect of miracle of prophethood. Same law. Now after he has given this perfect laws to the humanity, did he leave this laws just like this and left? No. Do you know, one of the greatest merits of the prophet is, if you compare him to any prophet from Adam, to him or to any leader, political leader, religious leader, any leader, compare him to any kind of leader from any community. See if any leader has his immediate family are so perfect as just like him. Any leader. You see good leaders, but his son, no, he's not like him. His brother is not like, his cousin is not like him, his son-in-law is not like him. Grandsons, no, don't compare them with this leader. Yeah, he's grandson of this leader, but he's not like him. But see, the prophet, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered him to go in a spiritual contest in Mubahila, he called 4 more people, including himself 5. These 5 people were exactly the same in truthfulness. So no leader in the world has immediate relatives so perfect that even the enemies, let's say for example, Imam Ali alayhi salam. Imam Ali has so many enemies until now. And in his time, he had enemies, nobody can count how many. But even those enemies, and very arch enemies, like Muawiyah. Ask Muawiyah about Imam Ali. Maybe in front of people, for political reasons, he may say something, but he knows. That's why in private gatherings, he praises Imam Ali alayhi salam. One day, Muawiyah, Umar As, and Yazid, 3 of them are not just enemies of Imam Ali, they were center of animosity against Imam Ali alayhi salam. These 3. They were sitting and all of them were poets. They said, let's have some poetry contest between these 3. So okay, fine. What topic? So select a topic should be easy to say poetry on. Because there are controversial topics. Let's have a good topic that everybody should enjoy saying poetry on. So what it should be. So they looked around. If there anybody there, they said, no, nobody. It is a very private gathering. They said, okay, fine. So let's have the topic of the merits of Imam Ali alayhi salam. They started saying poetry, and the poetry is there, what they said in the history. I don't have time now to mention those verses of the poetries that they created there. So enemies also acknowledge Imam Ali alayhi salam. So the Prophet, when he left, he did not leave the ummah like this. He left another person who was just like him, except in one thing. He was not a prophet. Why prophethood was ended. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stopped the prophethood. But he did not stop the guidance. So guidance was until now continued. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala arranged for Imam Ali alayhi someone like Imam Ali. Now, who is Ali? Again, don't look to him as I gave you the example of Rasulullah. Don't look to him just as a Rasul. Look to him as even a regular human being for 40 years. See Rasulullah, how he was a regular human being. See his character. The same thing about Imam Ali alayhi salam. Look to him as a human being. As an imam, as someone selected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allahu Akbar. Nobody even can reach to his levels or his merits, to understand his merits. But look to him as a regular human being. Think about someone, imagine in your mind. Imaginary person can come in your mind. You imagine someone who is the best in knowledge, most knowledgeable person on the earth. Imagine someone. Then imagine someone else who is the best warrior and soldier and the best commander-in-chief. Then think about someone who is the best orator. Then think about someone who is the best scientist. Then think about someone who is the best author. Keep thinking on different fields and topics, the best experts that you can imagine. Imagine, just have an imagination. And then put all of them together. Put them together and imagine, just imagine that, okay, somebody has all these merits in him. Although it's not possible, but imagine, it's fine. What I'm saying that this imaginary person, imagine your imagination in your mind of such a person is highest level of qualities. Now bring him this imaginary person and compare him with Imam Ali, who was a real person. You will find this real person. I'm not talking about Imam now. Real human being. It is history. Someone was really the best author. It's not just best author. He was just best orator. It's not our claim. Come on, today he has the book. He has his book, he has his sermons. Little bit that we received. Not the whole sermons, not all sayings. One saying, bring one single saying. Small sayings. Small sayings. As I was speaking last time, which saying I should select to show you as an example? Thousands of amazing quotations of Imam Ali alayhi salam. One of them, for example, Imam Ali alayhi salam said, the other day I was speaking on it, and see and apply it on this world. You will find it is the foundation of all the issues in the world today. The base for all the issues and conflicts you find in the world is this one thing that Imam alayhi salam has told us. What is it? Imam says, لو سكت الجاهل لما اختلف الناس. If an ignorant keeps quiet, then there will be no conflict ever in this world. If the ignorant keeps quiet, It means anywhere, if you see conflict, if you see any kind of disunity, if you see any violence, it means a jahil, an ignorant has spoken the first. If you see any split, if you see anything, let's say in Islam, the followers of Rasulullah now are divided. Why they are divided? Imam Ali says, because for sure, someday, sometime, some of the jahil has spoken, which has caused this destruction in Islam and Muslims. So the best is jahil. If jahil keeps quiet, everything will go smooth. All the problems comes when ignorance starts speaking. This is Imam Ali alayhi salam saying. So many more sayings about subhanallah. This is Imam Ali. So imagine about anybody, as I said, amazingly, it's not just that Imam Ali should show a miracle. No, he doesn't need to show miracles. Why? Because he and his character is miracle by itself. He is dealing with the people with the level of people's understanding is still, it is miracle. So his sayings, Nahjul Balagha, read it. Unfortunately, even the followers of Imam Ali don't have time to read his book. Don't read the book and you will have no time for other things. You will think that you're wasting your time if you see something else. This is Imam Ali alayhi salam. One of the scholars, he mentioned in one of the conferences in Delhi, he said one of his friends in Rampur library, one of the greatest Islamic libraries in the world, Rampur library. He was the librarian of that library of Rampur. He met him and said, do you know what I'm working on nowadays? What are you doing? He said, I'm compiling a book. Okay, good. Which book? So his friend says, I am compiling a book on the sermons of Umar ibn Khattab, the second Khalifa. This person, who is the narrator of this story, he says, okay, good, very good idea, do it. And he was a Shia. So his friend said, are you sure you're appreciating me for this? He said, yes, believe me, I don't know how to appreciate you. This is the best work you can do in your life. And if you need any help from me, I'm there for that. You will help me to gather the sayings of Umar ibn Khattab? He said, yeah, for sure. He said, but why? Do you believe in him? He said, no, don't ask me this. But of course, I will appreciate you and I will help you in this. He said, why? But why? He said, because if you don't do this, how people know what is Nahjul Balagha? In order to really understand Nahjul Balagha, you have to compile this. Because people don't understand Nahjul Balagha yet. So let them understand what the level of Nahjul Balagha. Compile it. Then he stopped everything. He said, no, you are right. I cannot compile these sayings because people are going to put it in front of Nahjul Balagha, start comparing with Nahjul Balagha. This is Imam Ali. And Imam Ali alayhi salam, he himself is Al-Quran al-Natiq, speaking Quran. So tomorrow, inshallah, is the birthday of this great personality of the history of the universe, the whole universe. And as a day of blessing, 13th of Rajab, you keep just speaking about his merits. And as Rasulullah said, even if the whole trees, the entire trees of the world become pen, and the entire waters, oceans of the world become ink, and all jinn and ins and all the angels all together start writing, they will not be able to count the merits of Imam Ali alayhi salatu. So, of course, we cannot just, this is a little always, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us opportunity to seek this blessing in this Rajab. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you through the day of the birth of Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salatu wasalam. And may Allah, inshallah, remove all the problems of the Muslims around the world and all human beings who are oppressed around the world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help them. And may Allah increase in our knowledge about Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, our love about Imam Ali, and make us true and real follower of him. بحق محمد وآله الطاهرين إن أحسن الحديث وأبلغ الموعظة كتاب الله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.